It's October 2023. I'm sitting by my laptop. My mouse is over the buy button. I'm thinking, I'm really procrastinating. Should I buy it? Should I buy Adonis stool? I've been sitting there for maybe 2 months, maybe even longer than that. Just like wondering, is it worth it? It's over £600. Do I actually buy it? And I just keep thinking and thinking, and I'm really wondering, like, I don't want to waste my money. I don't want my mum to shout at me because I've spent all this money on this. So should I do it or should I not? As I'd watched probably most of Hamza's videos, I'd watched everything. I'd watched a large amount of Hamza's videos, and they generally help so much. It helped me like stop scrolling on my phone, stopped eating such bad food, helped me get in really good shape and like be in the gym for 2 years but have an insane physique. That's what his videos did for me. And it was like, this is the next step on. If I take this, who knows what it should do for me? Who knows where I'll be from a year from now? That's what I was thinking last October. And I do it, I actually buy it. I click the buy now button, I spend my money. The second I do it, I remember doing it and my heart's racing. I'm thinking, bloody, like my money's gone. But yeah, looking back on it, it was definitely a good decision. Let me tell you about where I was at the time. So it was 2023 October. I didn't have really any friends I got along with. I had mates that I went to school with, and we'd have a laugh, we'd have a joke, but I never really like connected with them in any way, shape or form. Like we'd just play FIFA or something with them. So we were mates, we were good friends, I liked them, we had a good laugh, but I wouldn't say they were the people I wanted around me for life. I wouldn't want them. Like if I was in a battlefield, I wouldn't want them to defend me. I wouldn't trust them enough, as they didn't have much passion. They didn't seem to care about like, things that I thought really mattered, that I thought like purpose, like a meaning, just like going gym all the time. Some of them just didn't care about it. Others started going gym and stuff, but I didn't really have many close mates that I truly liked. As well as this, I wasted hours on my phone. I scrolled on it days and days, like 8 hours screen time, not like 8 hours screen time every day. I tried to lower it down and maybe it got to 6 at one point, but I was scrolling on my phone for so long. And I'm thinking about it now, I don't even know what I was doing. I was just scrolling and just watching videos. And I think all this like scrolling, watching videos, it made me have this like perverted obsession with girls. I just sort of cared too much. I was too addicted, I want to say. I was too like hooked. And I didn't really do much for my life. I didn't have a good diet. I didn't sleep that well. I just had this obsession. But as well as all this, there was one thing that I thought, which was the worst, the baddest thing I could think of. And it was just this feeling of being lost. Like, it felt like someone grabbed me, chucked me in an ocean, and just left me there. Like, you know, I see no islands, no nothing. I'm just stuck in an ocean. That was just a constant feeling. Like, every time someone asked you, what are you going to do with your life? What's the future looking like for you? What are your plans? This feeling of such lostness, like I've got genuine no clue. I don't even know what I like. I didn't even know what I enjoyed at the time. Just this feeling of lost, it was so awful. That's the one thing I hated. I hated it more than anything, just being lost. What pushed me on the edge to press that buy now button was mainly like just more information. As I liked watching YouTube videos, I liked like watching things of Hamza, so I thought more of them, more's better. It's better than like watching TikToks all day now. So I'd buy the course and do that, and it made me buy it. And when I bought it, it was October. I think it was end of October, so I'm coming in November. What month it is now? So it's been a year. Oh, that's cool. So it's been like a year anniversary now. But since I bought it, the first few months from November to January, February, I was consuming a lot of the courses. I was implementing the advice, and it was actually going well. I was seeing good progress already. I was really like, I felt like I transformed a bit. I felt like so much more information came into my head. So many more things clicked. As like, you'd make a community post and someone would reply to it instantly and they'd give you an answer. And a lot of my community posts at the time was how to find purpose, how to find something to do with your life. And I had a coach on there, Leon. I remember joining a lot of his calls and asking questions, just really trying to find out. Because it was such a pain. I can't lie. It was so awful just feeling lost, feeling just stuck in that ocean, like I said. So I was like, I've got to fix this. This was the one thing I was so determined to fix. So I was watching the courses, I was learning. I was going on the like calls they had maybe once a week, probably like 2-3 a week. I was going on beats, I was asking questions, I was just trying to like, I've got to get this purpose. That was my goal for the first 2-3 months of Adonis school. And I did still feel lost, like after the first 2-3 months. I can't say I had a clear purpose by then. And I had thoughts of leaving. I was like, I don't know if this is working. I was really thinking of leaving. I remember I told myself I'll stay for 1 more month. And this was March 2024 at this point. So it's been about 4 or 5 months since I joined. As I consumed all the courses, I watched everything. I was like, I don't know what else is in here for me. Like, I've learnt a lot, but I haven't really applied a lot. Like, my life changed, but it didn't change enough. I didn't think, and it weren't just the information, it weren't just the Adonis school, it was more I didn't do anything. I didn't really take as much action as I thought I should. So I was like, I may not stop spending money for this. It's like £99 a month or whatever it was. I was like, I don't know if this is worth it. But I stayed for March, and this changed it all for me. This was the best time ever. March, I don't know when in March, but there was a London meetup. There was like, Hamza announced that I'm coming, we're doing this London meetup. He arranged it all, and this was what we were doing. I was like, oh, should I go, should I not? I had this like nervous energy. Like, I want to go, but I'm kind of scared to socialise with everyone. I want to go, but I'm scared I'm just scared of socialising, really. I had this social anxiety. But I convinced myself to go. So I remember it was like the day before, and I was thinking of cancelling everything and not going. But I was like, nah, come on, let's go. And I went a day before, and I joined a group chat where about 20 Adonis school guys were all staying in like a hotel or whatever. And I went, and I remember the train ride there, I was like bricking it. I was so, like, the butterflies in my stomach was so heavy. I was sitting in the train. I was so scared, I can't lie. And I got to a train station. One of the other guys there was going to meet me. His name was Johnny. We never met each other, never spoke to each other, literally nothing. Just that day, he texted me like, I'll meet you at the train station. I was like, okay, cool. I could have been meeting a paedophile, a stranger, a pervert, who knows, I could have got kidnapped at that point. But I met this guy, I was like standing, there was thousands of people. I didn't even know who I was looking for, because he didn't even have a profile picture. So it was quite dodgy. I was standing there, looking at all these people, and then he comes up, like taps me on my shoulder, says, I'm Johnny. He had a really up north accent. I'm like down south, and he was up north, so it caught me by surprise a bit. Like, I didn't realise he was a northerner. And we shook hands, whatnot, we started speaking, and we were walking about an hour to a hostel. And within that hour, I was like, even if I don't go to the meetup, even if nothing happens, I'm so glad I came. Just, we connected so much in that hour. We generally became such good friends. Like, we related on so many things. We're talking about the UFC, then we're talking about meditation, we're talking about how we didn't really have friends in our area that understood us. And like, it was like I just met a brother there, like someone who just had the same ideologies as me. And this was, I've just gone back to a feeling when I was walking through London. We were walking down like quite a narrow road, and it was loads of nice houses. I was walking there talking to her, I was like, wow, like, this is so cool. I was like, this is so cool. I was just thinking it. I couldn't stop smiling. And we get to Hyde Park, I want to say, or some park in London. And I remember walking in the park. It was actually quite a sunny day. And there's about 8 more. We all planned to meet up in Hyde Park. So it was me, Johnny, and then we met up with a couple others on the way. And we didn't speak to them too much, but we were speaking. So it was about 3-4 of us walking in the park. And then I saw another 4, and I saw another 4. And it turns out to be like 10, 15 of us. This is sick at this point. Everyone's like shaking hands. What's your name? What's your name? You can't remember no one's name because there's too many people. But, you know, it's still pleasant. You're still shaking hands. There's people from Romania, I think, or Hungary, or France, like Amsterdam. There was people from everywhere, and we were all shaking hands. And we just played a game of footy. It was so fun. Half of them couldn't play, I can't lie. But it was so fun. I can play a little bit. So I was one of the best there, but it was so fun. We were kicking a ball about, people were dribbling past each other, laughing, joking, like making good friends. And yeah, I've not thought back to that time in ages, but thinking back, we're sitting in this park, it's sunny, we're kicking a ball, people are crossing it in, scoring. We're not even counting the score, we're just having fun playing. And yeah, that was that. So then after the football game, everyone's tired. We walked back to the hotel room. we meet some more people, and like by the night time, by the time we had dinner, I really felt like I was in a good community. I really felt I was around good people. So I remember one guy there, you like 7 foot tall, Amsterdam guy, and he was like 3 levels above everyone else. Most people there were trying to start their own business. They had a job on the side. They were going to school. He was a guy. He was a Chad. He was good looking, tall, proper athletic, strong as hell. Made money by himself. Had his own business. Like, everyone sort of respected him. I made sure I sat next to him and whatnot. So I was like, I want to learn off him. I want to get things for him. And yeah, like, I just met so many high level people. For my whole London meetup, it was amazing. We were doing bulldog with our tops off. I got so many people telling me I'm in shape. All this, felt so fun. Like, met Hamza. What else did we do? Did a mastermind. We spoke about business and whatnot. And I walked away. It was maybe a 3-day weekend, 2-day weekend, and it was honestly the best experience of my life. It was the best thing. If I never went to that, I'd never be anywhere near I am now, and that's so amazing to say. So that happened. I stayed in touch with quite a few boys, about 4 or 5 of them, and we were texting. I didn't really live near any of them, so that happened, yeah. Then it comes down to April, and it's another meetup. It's Snowdon now. Snowdon's in Wales, and it's about an 8-hour drive. No, 7-8 hour drive from where I live. And I was well driven. I wanted to go, but I was like, I can't. Like, I physically couldn't drive 8 hours. I'd like fall asleep, crash on the wheel, and die on the highway. So I was like, I'm not driving that far. And I was well driven. Then my friend Yoop, the really Chad one that I was saying earlier, the 7 foot tall one, he knew another boy that lived in Adonis that lived near me, but we didn't know each other lived near each other. We didn't know we lived near each other. And then I met up with 2 more who lived near me. So now I've got 2 in my location. And he's like, oh, I'll drive you home. Let's go. Jump in the car. And this guy's another level. He's like, I don't even know how much money he makes, but too much money. And yeah, he's just like, he's got everything really. He's living it. And he takes me in his car. We're driving 8 hours. It's a long car journey, but when you're around with people, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. We get to Snowdon, I meet about another 40 people. I can't remember a single one's name, but I start to make some real good friends. I start to generally bond with a lot of people. And we're walking up Snowdon, we're walking up a mountain, and again, I get this feeling of like, I can't believe I'm here. Literally 2-3 months earlier, I literally had no one. I had no one in my city. I was sitting in my room each day. I felt so lonely. Like, my mum would ask me, like, why aren't you going out at all? Why aren't you seeing anyone? I didn't have an excuse. I was just like, oh, and it felt so lonely. Now I'm meeting all these people everywhere. It was so sick. We're having so much fun. We're climbing a mountain. I've never been up a mountain before. Now I'm climbing one with people that are so close to me. And through these meetups, I connected with certain people. I found like a friend group, people I really relate to. And this was so sick. It's now I won't just go with the meetups with like the ones that Hamza announced. Instead, we're doing our own. It's we called it London Tribe or whatever. And 20-30 guys, we're meeting up, just going rock climbing. We went swimming in the sea. We went kayaking, went axe throwing. It's just guys meeting up from all around London, all these areas, and we're doing activities. It feels so cool because now I actually feel like I've got friends. I didn't feel like it before. I felt too lost, too lonely. But now I feel like I've got everyone. I've got such a community. And I've got guys literally 40-minute drive away. He gets a train here about twice a week. We go out, we go gym, we go Nando's. I've got another one about 20 minutes away, Caden. And, you know, we go mosque, we go to different events again. We go gym, we go Nando's. I've got another one about 20 minutes away, 10 minutes away even. Yeah, again, we go gym, we go swimming, we go Nando's, we go just all different places. And that's one thing that I could say Adonis did for me so well. I wouldn't have a single friend right now still. 1 year later, I haven't met a single person outside of Adonis School who's really become my friend and someone I really relate to. But all the people I've met in Adonis School, yeah, they're proper sound people. So I met thousands of people, but I still had this feeling of being lost. I still didn't have purpose, didn't have meaning, didn't have a route, like, yeah, like I didn't know what I was doing with my life essentially. But through meeting all these people, I started to really realise what I'm good at, what I like doing, and what I should do in my life. As when you meet people who are pursuing their dreams, when they're doing something really cool with their life, you kind of want to do that for yours too. You kind of think, I've got to get my act together. I've got to start like living my dreams as well. I've got to say my dreams out loud now. As you wouldn't get laughed at when you say your dreams out loud to someone else who has dreams as well. And that feels quite good. So I started to find what I was going to do. I started to find, okay, I've been in the gym for about 3 years, less than 3 years, and I'm in one of the best shapes. I love working out. I love fitness. I love the gym. I love just doing all this stuff. Why don't I pursue that? Like, it was so weird because I knew it the whole time. I knew I should pursue fitness, but I always delayed it. I always said, no, I don't want to. I'm scared. I'm lost. I just don't want to do it. I was at college. I was doing welding at the time, where it's like engineering, and I hated it. I can't lie. But I always loved fitness. I was running every day. I was working out every day. I was working out twice a day, but I was too scared to do it. And meeting these friends, meeting these people, it just gave you a push because I didn't feel like I was being judged anymore. As say I uploaded a video to YouTube or to Instagram, like the friends before, I get a laugh. They kind of mock me. I can't lie. And not say good things about me. I know they'd laugh behind my back or not. Versus now, like last month maybe, when I'm like some of my friends from Adonis saw it, but they don't laugh. They don't say bad things. Instead, they give me help. He was like, one of them who's quite successful, was like, oh, if you do this with a thumbnail, it's going to be a lot better. Okay, you want to change your titles to this, and he was helping me out, trying to help me see progress. And then he was telling me of what I can do after. He was telling me like what he wants to do after and what I could do as well. So yeah, it started to stop my feeling of lost, and I started to really pursue my dreams, like really leave each day like I've done something, like it's been a successful day. The two biggest things were fixed. I wasn't lost anymore. I knew what I was doing. I was pursuing fitness in my life. I wanted to post on social media so I could like help people with fitness, help young guys with fitness. And I felt lonely, and I stopped feeling lonely. As June maybe, so we had a snow meet up in April, June or July. Me and 10 others maybe. I think about 10 people all went on holiday to Portugal. Imagine 3-4 days of just going on holiday with people you can actually be your true self around, like really being good friends. It's pretty cool. You get to climb a mountain, jet skiing, like just having proper fancy dinners. Yeah, it was really sick that time as well. But my two biggest things were fixed. I still sat in my bed all day and I was scrolling on my phone for quite a while. I was still not eating the best diet most of the time. And these two things started to get fixed as well. And it was through like mental health, through the mental health road. This was so much more valuable to me than I actually realised. It's one of those things I just didn't care about, so I didn't look at it. And until I looked at it, I was like, why have I not looked at it yet? Because I was sitting on my laptop watching it, and I just learned about, like, he just explained it, how when you feel bad, when you feel sad, you just do the bad things, like scrolling on your phone, eating bad food. And that's what I was doing, but I never knew I was doing that. And I take like depression stores, anxiety stores, and I realised how bad like my brain actually is, how I'm not thinking very healthily, very, very well. And there was actionable steps to change this, like meditate, like go out with friends and whatnot. Don't have like idle time. And I learned all these things through Adonis course. So I started to do that. I started to just better my mental health, and that felt brilliant. I started to not scroll as much. I still do to this day. Don't get me wrong. I still have bad days. I still have days where I scroll. I'm not saying it can stop it forever, but it can definitely help it. Same with junk food. I still eat junk food today. I went to have a wrap with my friends earlier, literally about 2 hours ago. But I still, most of the time, majority of the time I don't. I'm still pretty good with it, and it doesn't affect me as much as it did before. I planned to do about a 5-minute video, but I've ended up waffling a bit here. What Adonis did for me, I'll list out. First, I was quite lonely before. I didn't have many friends, and it reached me out with so many people. There was Adonis Maps. I found about 4 or 5 people in my area, and I'm still finding people. Literally last month, I found a new friend in my area, and we've gotten so well. We've gotten better than everyone. We've got so many things to relate to. We're both Muslim. We're both like going gym. We both love fitness, working out twice a day, 3 times a day. We're both pursuing fitness. We're both pursuing a fitness YouTube channel. Like, there's so much relation there, but I've never had with anyone before. Like, I've maybe had the gym. I've gone to the gym with a guy, and we both like the gym. Everything else doesn't really relate. But yeah, I've just met people I really relate to and I really connect to. As well as this, not feeling lost. Like, I generally know what I want to do each day. I generally know how I want to level up, what I want to achieve. I know that for certain now. I know a purpose. I know what I want to do. As well as this, like, for bad habits, they've just reduced. They've not stopped. I wouldn't say, like, I'm a saint and I don't do anything bad, but there's less than before. I'm doing a lot better. And the last one, I just feel very hopeful about the future. I feel the reason I've stayed in Adonis school for so long, and I've been in here since I joined and I've never left, it's because I feel like it's constantly improving. It's constantly learning. I'm learning more things. And if it stops improving, then obviously I'd leave. But I've always seen it's improving. And this is sick, man. This is like, I'm just going to get better and better. And as it gets better and better, it's going to help me get better and better. And I just see it, like, it's only a positive. I know it's money and I know it's expensive. It's very expensive, really. It's 600 quid, especially if all you've got is 600 quid. That's all I had. It's a very scary decision. But I really doubt you'll regret it. It has everything you need to level up. It's just a question of, do you do the actions? Do you actually do what you have to do? As you can get all the information, but if you don't do what you're meant to do, it's never going to happen. And that's what I learned. So I hope it's helped a little bit, maybe pushed you on the edge of buying it. I don't have a affiliate link or nothing, so you don't have to search it on the store up and pay for it that way. But I think the biggest takeaway, for one thing, I've probably waffled on about it for too long, but I weren't lonely after. That's the one thing I can say with certainty only happened because of Adonis school. Like, if Adonis school didn't exist, maybe I'd be in better shape. Maybe I'd be in worse shape. Maybe I'd be in the same shape. Maybe I would scroll on my phone less as well. Maybe I wouldn't be lost. I'd work out my purpose. But I would never have any friends. I can tell you that for a fact, because they're the only way I met them, just through Adonis school. So that's one thing it did for me, and I'm sure it can do it for you too. But apart from that, yeah, see you in Adonis school, I guess.